and welcome to another edition of Simply Fit. I'm your host, Sandy White, and I am so excited to be talking to you guys about Simply Fit snacks. But before we get into this segment, I want to thank WYTV7 for allowing Simply Fit to be a part of the Christian Broadcasters Network. This is a nonprofit organization, so please click the donation button if you would love to continue to see segments like this and the other segments that are on the broadcasting station. WYTV.org is where you would go, and you will be able to see all of the other broadcasters that are on there. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So guys, we've been having these wonderful, exciting panels that you guys have been jumping on. And one of the questions came up about snacks. So I always talk to you guys about healthy tips that you can do to, make sure that your life is not spiraling out of order. Which reminds me, for anybody that's not familiar with me, our mission statement is to provide simple tips and strategies to you all so that you can fulfill your purpose, plan, and call, and not have your mission aborted by Satan. So we want to remind you guys that being fit is more than just exercise. So we had a panel, as I was about to explain to you guys before I forgot the mission statement. We had a panel discussion, and one of the questions came up, which was healthy snacks. So I always make sure that you guys know what you're supposed to do in reference to drinking your water and eating properly and going to sleep and all of the other areas that we've discussed so far. I totally forgot about the snacks. So I'm so happy that the viewer asked about the snacks. So without further ado, I would like to get right into it because this is only a 30-minute segment. We broadcast on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. out of Upper Marlboro. So you will have to continue to put your questions in, and I will be more than happy to answer them. So one of the snacks that I love, because it's so easy, which is the cucumbers. You can slice them thin, you can slice them thick, you can make them pretty when you cut them because they've got all kind of veggie utensils that when you cut your vegetables and your fruit, you can make them pretty. Don't just cut your fruit and vegetables up and just throw them on the plate. Make it look beautiful. It sounds crazy, but the prettier you make your plate, the more enjoyable it will be for your palate. So as I was mentioning, I love cucumbers. You can take cucumbers, slice them any thickness you want, shape that you want. You can drizzle them with apple cider vinegar. You can put on Mrs. Dash. That is really good. You can put hummus on them. You could put tuna. Hey guys, this is a really good snack pack. But make sure the sodium is low. This particular one is StarKist, and it is only 70 calories, and it's got 15 grams of protein in it. So I really love that. You could put that on your cucumbers. You can take cherries and like the little baby cherry tomatoes, and I'm looking at all my notes because I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all know I got stuff everywhere. Cherry tomatoes and mozzarella. I love this one. You could take the chia seeds. This is a really good brand. You could take your chia seeds. You could take like 1 or 2 tablespoons of it, and you can actually put it in your coconut water or your regular water, or you can choose almond. Make sure whatever you choose as your liquid base, make sure it's non-dairy. Dairy products have a lot of additional ingredients in them, which for some individuals can cause you to have bloat. It can cause you to have allergic reactions, and you may not even realize it, skin itching, rash, things like that. Just make sure it's a non-dairy base. You put your 2 tablespoons of your flaxseed in it. And I like to do this better than just sticking it in your smoothie and blending it, because a lot of times they don't blend very well. But if you let them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes or overnight, they will expand. They will get soft. I mean, it's almost like if you've had rice pudding, it expands like that. You could put cocoa powder in it. You can mix additional fruit in it. You can mix this with your oatmeal. So you can have it as a snack, or you can have it with your oatmeal, or you can do that, a combination. But it should be no more a pudding glass. I should have brought one so y'all could see it. But a pudding glass is not big at all. So you want to have that amount. That's all you need. And because usually when you want a snack, you want 1 or 2 tablespoon or 2 teaspoons, something just enough to just kind of take you over the edge where you don't feel like you want to overeat anything, you know. So I like Atkins, not for everybody. I do know that. I don't like all of their brands, but I like I like peanut butter. So I'm getting into the peanut butter. So the peanut butter crisp wafers, this one is good. I like this. Again, you want to make your snacks as close to what your not so healthy choices were. This allows you not to go to the other side. I love baby carrots. You can take baby carrots. Now, you can make your own blue cheese dressing. You want to choose a vegan salad dressing. You want to choose vegan mayonnaise if you're going to make your own blue cheese dressing. Not hard to do. But we're not going to get into many of those because time is of the essence. You can make your own chips. If any of y'all were on the show when we did the panel discussion, I was telling you guys, you can make your chips out of sweet potatoes. Got one right here. And it's also a good snack. I'll tell you how to do the chips in a second. Take this, they make these little portable microwave bags if you don't want to stick it in the oven, and it'll allow you to cook it much faster. You could take this with some peanut butter, or you can take it with the almond butter. I love it with the almond butter. And then you can mix it with the grass-fed butter. It's so good. Now, getting back to the chips, you could take the sweet potato, slice it the same process you would do with the cucumbers. You could slice it thin, you can slice it thick. You could do with the sweet potatoes, you could do that with what's the other one that I'm thinking of? It is not the cucumber, it is the zucchini. So the zucchini chips are really, really good. 350, like 10 to 15 minutes. And you want to take mix your olive oil. Actually, don't pour it out. Put it in a spray bottle. It works a lot better. And spray it on your chips after they come out. And then quickly sprinkle with a little bit of sea salt and let them rest for about 2 to 3 minutes. Perfect. I love olives. Make sure you get the ones that are in no sodium, or if you get the can. And be really careful if you decide to get them out of the can, because the cans are laced laced with BPA and BPS. And BPS was supposed to replace BPA, which is not good, which is bad plastic. A lot of the canned goods are lined with that. So just be mindful. You want to get them as fresh as possible. You can make your fat bombs, or you can actually get them from Slim Fast. These are really good. They also make the ones, everything is better. You don't want to do the regular chocolate, milk chocolate. You want to do dark chocolate. Dark chocolate, it's better for you. The fat bombs are good. Dark chocolate, because it also has the coconut in there. You can do turkey roll-ups with the lettuce wraps. Instead of using bread. Those are really good. And I already told you guys about the olive oil. You can do your deviled eggs or angel eggs, boiled eggs, whatever you want to call them, and mix them with the avocado. So good. And you can also take the avocado I just show somebody how to do this. When you make your smoothie, you make your smoothies very healthy. They actually have, and I should have got that out for you guys, they already have the avocados cut up in chunks. So when you make your smoothies, you put a couple chunks in there, a handful of whatever fruit that's of your choice, and a little bit, I always tell you guys do a half of a banana, because it's really good potassium, but it's a lot of sugar, so you don't want to add too much of it. And then your base, anything non-dairy, you want to do like a cup and a half to it. You can add your chia seeds to your smoothie. And then I always tell you guys about the mayo, because for some of you all, you just want just a little something that feels like you're cheating, but you're not cheating, because it makes no sense for you to do all of this hard work and then you end up regressing, going backwards, and then, you know, eating something that's not going to be beneficial. So you can take, if you have a really good blender, I have, which you guys can't see, the Ninja blender, and it will crush up the ice like you have a snow cone. You can take the mayo and you can squish it over that really good. I also use the mayo. They have a lot of different flavors depending on the fruits and the vegetables. Make sure you stick at least a handful of spinach or kale or something like that in your smoothie. Rotate your greens so your body does not get used to it. But you want to, like, whatever, like, I'm just going to say I love the berries, so I'm prone to doing that, and I have to switch it up, because my kids are like, you know, you made that like 3 times in a row. So the berries, and they do a cherry blackberry flavor. It enhances the fruit. So whichever fruit that I'm sticking in there, I try to use the mayo and just a squirt or two, and it just brings out all of that wonderful flavor. You can also do protein powder as a snack, and you can add in peanut butter. Now, I like this brand. This is a Lady Boss brand. She does the grass-fed everything. I love it. And then you can also do the Moldair Go. This one is a really good product for a snack. It promotes a healthy energy. Well, actually, it's going to balance out your energy, and it's going to give you a really good focus for your mental clarity. And it really does a job in like crushing those sugar cravings, but it's in a really good natural way. You can also do the sun-dried tomatoes if you have the Ninja has a new, well, it's new to me because I'm just now seeing it, but they have a new product out which will allow you to dehydrate your own vegetables and your own fruit. And I think those are better. You can do them in the oven. It takes a little longer. You want to, all of these things, you got to keep them on a 350 level, because you don't want to burn them, and you don't want to over dry them. But I find that if you use like the product like the Ninja product that they have that allow you to do your sun-dried vegetables and fruits, or just dried fruits and vegetables, much better, because you're not worrying about all of the preservatives that you get when you get them out of the store. And the process is really easy. So after you do it once or twice, you'll get the hang of it. Even with fermentation, I know y'all are like, ew, why? It's really good for your digestive system, your gut health. The better your gut health is, the healthier you will be. Instead of buying the sauerkraut, and if you guys are doing fermented vegetables, make sure there's no vinegar in it. The vinegar kills all of the nutrients in it. So a really good, easy way: distilled water, some sea salt, and if you are good at canning, you've got this process down pat. But you can look up the instructions. They're really easy to do. And then you could put this someplace in the dark. Get a really good canning jars. You can go to the what is that, like Michael's or someplace like that. They have a lot of those. And you just, once you cut everything up, you put your distilled water in it, you cover it up, your sea salt is in there, you leave it for about 3 to 7 days. You've got yourself fermented vegetables and you didn't pay a lot for it. And you also know that it literally only has those three ingredients, which is the water, the sea salt, and your actual vegetables. No additional sugars or preservatives in it. Those are really good. Not a big fan of cantaloupe, but you know, those are really good for snacks. Oranges are really good. Let's see, I talked to you guys about the bananas. Apples are really good with cinnamon on them. And I don't like regular peanut butter, not a big fan of it, but you can use regular peanut butter if that floats your boat, or the other brands of peanut butters that they have out, you know, that are really good. You can also try to make your fat bomb, and it's again with the dark chocolate, and it is with the coconut oil, and you take the peanut, the almonds or the pistachio, whichever one of your choice, and you just pretty much combine those ingredients together. You don't want to make it too watery, and you put it in the oven for 10-15 minutes, and it's on a 350. Again, making, you want to go, you want to have as less preservatives in your diet as possible. A lot of this will, I would suggest that you do meal prep, because that way you won't feel like you're overwhelmed, but at the same time, you know, you're getting good, healthy nutrients in your body because you know where it came from. And another good snack, it is the kale chips. I love the kale chips. Again, 350. You want to get them when you, because you could get the bags that are already in your produce section. Get them, go through them, sift through them, and see which ones are pretty much like chip size. You get them, you clean them off, and you put them in the oven, again 350, 10-15 minutes. Or if you don't like that crispness, then you let it sit in there no longer than 17-20 minutes. Everybody's oven is going to be different, so just check that. You don't want to burn them because then you won't eat them. And the ones in the bag have a lot of sodium in them. Again, so you take your spray. A lot of the instructions tell you to drizzle. You don't want to do that. You want to spray. Put it in a spray bottle, and then you want to sprinkle on your sea salt. You don't want to be eating a lot of oil. So this is why I don't recommend that you drizzle the oil. Just put it in a spray bottle and spray. And let's see what else we have here, because I got a lot of notes here. Oh, I love the almonds with the dark chocolate. You can actually get the dark chocolate chips. You don't have to get like the big bar and try to break them. They make the chips. You can get them in the large or the small chips. And I believe you can have about 10 to 12 of them. Make sure you look at the back of the package for portion size and almonds. And usually it's just a handful. When I say a handful, this doesn't include your fingers, literally just the palm of your hand, just for some of you all that may be new to eating healthy. So we want to make sure that you have all of the right components so that you can stay on this health kick as long as possible. And then like, I like salmon and sardines, so you could use those as a snack on top of your cucumbers that have been drizzled with apple cider vinegar and Mrs. Dash. It really does taste good. It may sound a little off your palate right now, but the more you change your palate from all of the processed products that you have been using and or items that are just not good for your body, you will be amazed at how quickly your body starts to crave nutritional products. And if you are not exposed to what you need to be eating, this is what causes you to go back. Even with bread, I would recommend, if you really don't have to do bread, don't do bread. You could do pita. They have the low carbs pita bread, and they also make them where they're not the ginormous size. They are really tiny, and you could take that, mix your tuna up in there, and oh my God, those are really nice little, they're the snack size ones. And so those are two of those, and a bottle of water, or some of the Go from Modere, or a protein shake is really good. So you can also do Again, if you do yogurt, try to do non-dairy yogurt. Just if you have a mom's organic market or farmer's market, any place that you can go other than a lot of the grocery stores are getting better at this, so I don't want to seem like I'm demonizing them, but just make sure that it's non-dairy. Dairy seems to, again, affect a lot of individuals. And so instead of going in that route of having your digestive gut just going all haywire, go for the non-dairy. They have goat products out there. They have kefir products out there. Get like a test size, to see if you like it. Don't go and get the largest size that you can find, and then you find out that you really are not there with your palate and you've actually wasted your money. But you could take cottage cheese. Again, not so much of it if you cannot find a non-dairy brand of cottage cheese, and you can mix that with berries. You can mix that with your chia seeds. You can eat it plain. You can mix it with your fruit. It sounds crazy, but it really does taste good. You can also, with the sweet potato and the cottage cheese, you can add in your cinnamon. Cinnamon is really good to help if you're having insulin challenges, so that's really good to have. My husband does this one. He eats the bell peppers like they make the baby ones. He eats them plain. I like to just take them and put a little, you could do the guacamole. Take your guacamole, cut up some tomatoes, stick them in there. But if eating the bell peppers by themselves works for you, that's fine too. You can also try the Fat Bomb shakes. And the only thing outside of the way I told you on the regular shake is that you're going to, no, I did tell you. Oh, no. So you're putting in the avocados. You could put in a little, this particular one, you can add coconut water, coconut milk, regular water, anything that's non-dairy. And I'm actually reading the instructions on this one. A 4th tablespoon of the vanilla extract. You can use your protein powder, which I've talked to you guys about. When you do your avocado chunks, just 1, 2, 3, because everybody's palate is different and avocados are overpowering. So if you're not a big avocado person, you really don't want to put too many chunks in there. Put your spinach in there. You can put your ice cubes in there. Here's the thing. I like to put my avocados in the freezer so that I'm not putting in a whole bunch of ice, because think about it. You don't want your smoothie to be watery. So if you take your fruits and your vegetables and you freeze them, that's going to give you the coldness that you're looking for. And you can actually take a high-powered blender like that Ninja blender that I was telling you about, and they've got all kind of settings on there, so that's going to be helpful for you. Oh guys, I'm at the top of the hour already, so I am so happy and grateful that WYTV7 has allowed Simply Fit Radio to be a part of the Christian Broadcasters Network. And once again, I am your host, Sandy White, for Simply Fit Radio, and I'm super duper excited to always come in and assist you guys with all of your nutritional and health needs. And remember to hit the donation button so that you can continue to see segments like this one, as well as the other segments that are on the station. We have a plethora of other broadcasters with wonderful information. We broadcast on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Until next week, I see you later. Bye.